Hi, Matt with etrailer. If you have a 2024 Mazda CX-30 and you're just looking for a set of chains for a couple reasons, either to give you a little bit more traction for some snowy situations, or you're just trying to stay legal in your state and you want something that's going to be just really simple to use, then the Titan chain tire chains with the roller links are going to be a great option for you. Now today we do have this on our front axle is what the manual recommends. And our tire size is going to be 215/55 R18. Now these will fit a variety of other sizes. That's just the one we have today. If you're not sure if this is going to fit your vehicle, you can actually plug in your vehicle's information into our fit guide to find the right one for you. So let's actually take a closer look at these chains and see why they're going to be a great fit for those more light-duty snow and ice situations. So looking at this type of link design, we're going to have a roller link. So with roller links, they're not going to have any hard edges, so they're going to provide you more of a smooth ride, and they're going to more so roll over something. I'll still give you some traction. They just won't give you as much traction as something like a square link. Something else, they're also going to be Class S. That's also going to play in to more of a smooth ride, and it's important for this vehicle today because back here by our suspension, right here there's plenty of room, but behind our tire there's even less room. And that's why this is important that you have a Class S chain. Something else to really think about is going to be the type of pattern. We have a ladder pattern, and with a ladder pattern, that's going to be something that gives you a little bit more traction when you're stopping and starting. I would like to point out, because we don't have any type of tensioning device on here currently, and that's something important to really have, because when you're driving around, what can happen a lot of times is that things can shift. And once they shift, they usually loosen up. And if things loosen up with this, we don't have a lot of space behind our tire close to that suspension. So if it loosens up, it could make contact with something and cause some serious damage. That's why I actually recommend investing in a rubber tensioner. Here's one right here. You can actually find these on our website. And basically what this does is this just constantly applies tension to your tires and keeps this nice and tight so it doesn't loosen up and cause any damage. Now what is going to come with your kit is going to be 2 sets of chains, and then you're going to have this light duty blue bag. This is okay. A lot of times your chains can be a little bit difficult to put back in here, especially if you use them a few times, because they have a lot of snow, dirt, rocks on them. So if that's the case, I'd actually recommend just checking out some type of tote to keep your chains in. It will take up a little more space than this, but it'll just be easy to work with. But if you live in a state just where you need that to stay legal in, then this might be just good to stick with too. But in my opinion, I think this is a solid choice for, like I said earlier, staying legal in your state, or just for those light-duty snow and ice situations. They're very simple at the end of the day and easy to use once they actually are on. And if you're curious to see what the installation looks like, just stay tuned. We'll walk you through the process. To begin the installation, I recommend grabbing some gloves, just kind of save your hands a little bit, and laying out your chains. And we're just going to be checking them over, making sure they're going to be good before you can kind of get out on the road. So what I like to start with is making sure they're in the right orientation. And what I mean by that is you're going to notice the ends have these hooks on them. You want these hooks here to be facing up. Once you've done that, then we just kind of look them over, making sure there's no damages to them. And if they look good, you can start putting them on. So I'm just going to grab them from the center and just drape them over your tire. You're going to try to center this up as much as possible. And with that done, I'm going to grab either side and just kind of fold the ends in on themselves so they're a little bit easier to reach. And the reason why I want to keep them in that position is so we can make our connections easier. The first one I want to do is going to be the one behind our tire, since it's the harder one to reach. You're just going to grab one end with those metal blocks on them, and the other end that's going to have that open end to it. You're going to just feed those blocks through that channel or that opening. This might take you a few attempts because it is a pretty tight fit under here. The biggest thing is just to kind of take your time with this And you don't want to get this too tight or too loose, because either way you go, if it's too much, then it just won't fit right. And it could come loose as you're driving down the road. So I'm going to put it there and then check the other side and see if I need to make any adjustments. And we'll go on the front side, just kind of show you that same process. It's the same for either one. I'm just pushing those blocks through just like that. I'm going to try to get this a little bit tighter. Try to get the match up with the back side too. That's about as tight as we can get it right here. And then we're just going to repeat this process on the other side. And with them both on, you want to make sure you check them both to make sure this feels pretty tight. And this feels pretty good. This is going to be a good tightness to really drive on. Biggest thing is just to make sure you're checking it as you drive around. But I do strongly recommend using a rubber tensioner because, like I said earlier, when you drive around, things can loosen up. And this is going to give you a little bit more peace of mind. The way you want to put this on is going to be in a star pattern, kind of evenly distributed. And you want to make sure these hooks are facing away from your tire so it doesn't puncture anything. Just check it again afterwards. Kind of pull forward, back up some, make sure nothing's shifting too much and you still have a good fit. And if you do, you can take it out for a ride. But that's just a look at the Titan chain tire chains on our 2024 Mazda CX-30. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.